everyone, welcome to another Random Talk Sunday, and today I thought it would be interesting to briefly address New Year's resolutions. This is a topic that I have not addressed yet, but I think is sort of very important, I think, to a lot of people out there. And I thought it would be interesting to give sort of my opinion on the particular mindset that is New Year's resolutions and kind of break down my thoughts in regards to this topic. Now, New Year's resolutions, in case somebody is not aware, New Year's resolutions are based around trying to change various things that you have done in the past year and try to improve on or change your behavior from the last year. So it's all designed to be elements of improvement, like losing weight, maybe reading more, or maybe working harder, or all those kinds of things are largely in part of the New Year's resolution sort of idea. And this is all based within a transition idea from basically you start in the new year doing something different, and in doing so improving your life. That's kind of how the New Year's resolution thing works. To me, I personally like to change things more so on a daily basis or weekly basis and a monthly basis as opposed to a year basis. I think just by making New Year's resolutions doesn't really say all too much, because, as they say, actions speak louder than words. And to be honest, I feel that if you set out to make change, you don't limit it to just being within the new year. You change whatever comes up whenever you want to change it. So that's kind of my understanding, and why I don't understand why all of a sudden, just because it's New Year's, all of a sudden that means that there needs to be some change that happens, as opposed to changing it when it might be necessary, or changing certain behaviors when they can be changed and you think about them, and as a result you change your behavior. So it's just one of those things where I think a lot of people like to make themselves into a new mindset, because again, psychologically, New Year's has sort of, I think, a big impact on people, because it's literally a changing of the year. It's no longer the previous year, so it's like supposed to be like a rebirth, a renewal. It's a new start. But at the same time, I think every day should feel like a new start. Every opportunity, a new place to grow. I mean, I think just limiting it to the day of New Year's and of around the time of New Year's, I think just devalues the whole idea of New Year's resolutions. I think we should just call them all year round resolutions, and kind of leave it at that. But I do understand the mindset behind it, in that people are more likely to maybe change their behavior around that time because it feels like that there's something new. Even though, as some might even argue, that time's an illusion and all that. But I think the most important things, in particular resolutions that people can have, is really building on their character. I think, looking at your strengths and your weaknesses, I think is the most important sort of resolution you can make any year, any day. It's really, I think, important to have this sense of constant improvement and um, a constant sense of moving forward. You'll never achieve again perfection because nobody's perfect, but at the same time you're taking the steps to become better from the day you were before. So that this whole idea of progressing in that sense, I think ultimately is something that's very important, and I think something that a lot of people should take in, especially around this time of year or any time of year, really. Um, Also, that the simple things are the most important in life. That, having just a roof over your head, having, clothes, having the most simple things, and having the simple, kindest actions given by other people is really what speaks volumes, I think. And I think if you continue to sort of appreciate that, it sort of, again, elevates your character and it makes you want to go out and do simple things that can leave an impact. Um, And I think also too, sometimes people, when they're making their resolutions, they don't think their life is good enough. So they have to, you know, they feel like that they lack something and then they have to go out and get it. But really, I think it's important to remember what you have, and what you value and what you appreciate, especially the people. Never take anybody for granted that um, has had some positive impact, on your life. I think that's something that's very important to remember. And as a result, I think if you end up being happy for the things that you have, um, then more happiness will come to you as a result, and you'll also again be sort of building up your character. So those are really the things that I think really ultimately do matter in the grand scheme of things. And to be honest, I think New Year's resolutions should just be called just yearly resolutions, things that you make not only year round but constantly every day. I don't think it's something that sleeps. I don't think we suddenly don't improve ourselves just because it's not New Year's. So I mean, again, I think it's just an everyday thing. It's just something that we as human beings kind of go through when we go through life. We constantly try to get better, and I think that's important. And sometimes there can be bumps and uh, obstacles in the way, but at the same time, it's important to move forward, because that's really what I think allows for everybody to find a sense of real happiness, and to have people in your life that value and appreciate you is really the greatest gift. So um, don't take that for granted, and at the same time improve yourself, and the more value that you there will be more value as a result, I think, when you do that, and at the same time you will be more happier for the things that you have and appreciate the simple things. So that's kind of my understanding when it comes to New Year's, um, and what I believe in regards to these sorts of resolutions. I don't think they're just limited to one specific time. But at the same time, I understand if people are more drained within that mindset. But for me personally, I feel that it should be sort of a constant thing, and it shouldn't be just around this time of year. And I think, the simple things, um, again, like the simple, just random changes, those are good, but really the changes that do matter, I think, come through a character standpoint, that come through um, the human spirit sort of standpoint, and not just, oh, I want to do this, or oh, I want to do that. It's about looking sort of at yourself and improving your sort of position in life, and also being grateful at the same time. But ultimately, I think that's really all I can say about this topic. But again, if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a pleasant day, week, month, and year, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care.